Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Alex
and
Ruben
from Bullion Now. That was a bit. Come on, Rubes, bit more effort in there, mate.
I was turning your mic down. Ruben
From Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, bringing you Friday.
Bringing you, thank God it's Friday.
Oh, a bit like that, is it?
Yeah, this week's been a bit like that.
Mate, don't be like that.
It's only been 2 days for me in the office as well.
Yeah, well, that's right. You're part time.
I'm going to be bad as Kyle soon. No, yeah, so, and on that note, I've had a few emails sent through to Alex at Bullion Now, so I'm still going through. I've got quite a few, so I'll respond to all of them by the end of work today. After the stream, I'll get to the responses. So if you sent something and didn't get a response yet, I'll respond to you.
I'm going to be incredibly rude.
So incredible.
And I'm going to send a text message because my son's trying to call me at 2:30. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can.
He's not watching?
Well, he's meant to be driving a car, so I'm hoping he's not watching.
I don't want to incriminate myself, so I will not say anything.
Yeah. So, for those that haven't realised, I am actually in... Whoops, wrong way. I'm trying to look in the... Oh, I don't know. There you go. I am in Bullion Now uniform. I'm knocking around the merchandise as well.
What is that?
We'll get to that.
Uh-huh.
We'll get to that.
I was just trying to make you pronounce it.
Yeah, I am in uniform. This is one of the hoodies, which I put on at 3 o'clock this morning when it was a little fresher than it is now. I'm almost starting to get too hot in here.
Yeah, it was very fresh in Melbourne this morning.
It was 3. The car was telling me it was 3 degrees at one point on the way in.
Wow.
So,
Mine, my thermostat was frozen, so I couldn't tell. So yeah, it was just a bit chilly.
All good fun. So, what's been happening this week?
Bed rest.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then the accountant. And it's not a, you're not going to be quick when the accountant pulls up your file and goes, 2000, and you're like, oh,
It's
yeah.
not a
So
reassuring noise.
It was over 3 hours with him, and I got a few knocked out of the ballpark. So, yeah, that was fun.
You wait
And
till you
then-
get the bill.
No, I got the bill.
Yeah?
$90 each.
Geez, that's all right.
That's all right. That's why I've got my Springvale accountant that I go to. So, yeah, I'm very happy. Got a bit back as well, so they'll be going straight into BN.
Another gram of platinum.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We've lost another coin.
Hey, it's a dopey place to put them. We didn't bring the platinum and the palladium down.
I'm sure I can send a message.
We need to get it down here.
Yeah.
Actually, Glenn might be able to do it.
Okay.
So flick one to him. So, what's happening with you, Rubes?
I've had a couple of days off this week. I haven't had a good week.
The pair of you have been
Yeah.
off sick.
Yeah.
No wonder I'm exhausted. Been
It's
covering
the,
you two.
Yeah, that's the cold. I think it was something I ate, but no, this is my not my first day back for the week, but yeah, first day since being back. And yeah,
Can I just say thank you for coming back on Friday? Yeah.
it has been a week. It also seems to be the time for people to get their parcels delivered around 2:30. We always seem to have a couple of people jump in and say, "Hey, just got my Bullion Now package delivered." So Kobe Mitchell literally just had my BN order delivered. Hope it's all there, and hopefully it's nice and shiny.
It's all there. Come on, mate. What do you think we are? Amateurs?
We are. I was looking at that the other day, just how long we've been doing these streams and videos for. It's starting to we are starting to be professionals at this.
What did we kicked off in 2020?
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhere near the start of COVID, if I remember rightly.
Yeah,
Because
it was live in
Because
lockdown.
during lockdown, lockdown.
Because we were only going to do it for the while we flattened the, what was it, 4 weeks to
2
flatten the
weeks.
curve or
2
whatever
weeks
it was.
That lasted more than any other place in the world. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
And here we are, still locked in.
Yeah.
So no, it's been a lot of fun. Not the lockdown, just the live streams. So you two are pikers, so it'll be up to me
to talk about the
week that
that's
was.
been. Yeah, that was the 16th of July, 2021. So we've just crossed, just crossed 4 years.
There you go.
Wow.
It's been an interesting week actually. It's one of those weeks where you can't pick it. So it's all dead quiet. And you think, beauty, we'll catch up on some jobs and we'll do a bit of this and a bit of that. And 5 minutes later, I'm madly scrambling around trying to find people to serve, more customers. And then we finally get everyone sorted out and everyone's down there pumping them out. And then there's no one there. They all, like we've processed them all through. And it's like, okay. Lots of funny buybacks. And we'll actually go through some sometime during the stream. We bought some samples in. It's been an odd week for buybacks. They have slowed down a little bit, but it was unusual stuff coming through. Like even this morning, we had some something I'd never seen before, which is unusual. It was some Middle Eastern 22 carat bars.
Middle Eastern 22 carat bars.
Yeah. So they were gold bars. They were minted bars. Possibly you'd call some of them minted rounds as well, but they were minted bars and rounds, and they were 22 carat.
Really don't see much of that because the coins you see 22 carat that way so that they can be circulated and actually used as currency. But bars just tend to sit there a lot of the time.
Yeah,
so,
and these were in
morning?
packaging. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
That was I'd never seen anything like that before. So yeah, something new on that.
I'll have to check it out if it hasn't sold.
No, it hasn't because I've got to work. We don't have a category that it fits into, so I've got to work out how we're going to sell it. We might even just get them melted because I kind of don't know what to do with them.
This always breaks my heart. If it's a beautiful bar, if it's unique, especially if it's an old non-Australian circulated gold currency, which Adsy always tease me about. But having said that, there's been a few people watching and now messaging me asking to save the gold. It's been good.
It's really hard though. Like some of these things come in and some of them are absolutely stunning, but you only get one or two of them or, these sort of things. So what do we do with them? You can't write an advert up and put it up on the web because it takes too long, and by the time you've completed it all, particularly if it's something that's a little bit off center, you'll get the can you take a photo from the other side? Can you take it on this angle? Can you send me the but it didn't, can it? And it's like by the time we've done all of that, you make a massive loss.
I think the answer for people here watching is going to be live stream auctions. I think that's going to be the
but even some of them we do pull out and we put onto live stream auctions and that sort of stuff, but sometimes it's just not possible to do that sort of stuff. So, there's always I'd say every week or two there's something where I'm going, what do we do with it? It's too nice, odd, unusual, niche, old, to just throw in the furnace. But what do I do with it?
And you can't. And we do have instances where we have it in the shop and people see, but they like it, but they don't stack it or don't want to stack it or buy it for that reason. But it's if you hold on to it, it's great. You hold on to it, but you can't hold on to it because then it ties up your capital. You don't. So your funds get tied up in that. So and as you said numerous times, bullion dealers work on very small margins and rely on the turnover. So you really have to keep turning it over. Yeah. So I understand all that. But it still breaks my heart. That's why I try and swap out some silver for some old gold.
Another one we got in this week, and it's caused a bit of a conversation around the offices, and we've intentionally not shown it on live stream because we don't want to get political, and this one goes straight down the straight down the political side. So it's a half ounce bar. That was given to the employees of a company for being double vaccinated. Now, part of me goes, we should just melt this. But part of me, as Ruben said just before we were coming on live stream, probably the future generations, my kids or, those types of things, it's a little bit like us looking back on the example Ruben used was rationing back in the war, or going back into the Depression and things like that, where my generation finds it fascinating. The generation that lived through it finds it offensive in some ways. do we melt this? Do we sell it to someone who's just going to melt it? Do we it's an in future not for us, but in future generations, people are going to see it as a momentous. World War II was terrible. I'm absolutely not saying anything other than that, but there's a whole world of interest in the things that went on and the one-offs, the things that don't normally happen in life that happen through that period, and now we gravitate towards it, not so much to glorify it, but to recognise and remember and to grow from it. Yeah. And so it's that type of thing. So part of me saying just melt it because, of all the crap around it. The other part of me is saying actually possibly we should hang on to this and keep it for future generations to say, because it actually came, it's not just the bar, it actually came with the letter from the company to say, congratulations, you're receiving this because... Wow. We're recognising blah, blah, blah. And we didn't bring it on here because I didn't want to stir up the political side of this.
I was going to say trauma, but yeah.
But, you kind of go, what do we do with something like that?
I think Aussie Rob sums it up. Yeah, not all history is nice.
And it's not.
But there is that concept of being doomed to repeat it if you don't learn from it.
Yeah. I mean, Again, I don't want to get political, and this is where I'm actually leading the conversation. But in Victoria now, we've banned anything, Nazi related. And while
you've got to be careful hailing a cab in Melbourne, that's once you get charged.
And it's offensive and all those sorts of, and I get it. I'm not promoting it, but it's a part of our history, and I find it even worse that we can't. Memorialise is the wrong word, but we can't
log it.
Yeah,
archive. Actually keep records.
It's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, we've taken a fairly sharp turn here. We probably need to pull back.
People, so just missed the first part of it. Was this something that came in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it came in.
Is it still here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's because I don't know what to do with it. And it's a half ounce of gold, so I've got to do something with it because you keep racking these things up.
Silver, I think it'll be a different story with people. Being gold, like that much value, it's like, hey, that's great from a historical or even talking point. See, I don't mind things like that because it is a strong talking point and you can generate conversation around then bullion and real money and intrinsic value, all that. But you got to pick it up. That much, and do you want to pay that much for that if you don't have the dry powder to burn? So
and when you like I said, this is a one-off, and as a one-off, I could probably go, well, I'll put it in my stack, but I'll guarantee you, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, there's another one-off, and then Wednesday, Thursday, there'll be another one-off, and then you just. Yeah, you watch it with new people that join BN as an employee, and they go nuts for the first 3 or 4 weeks, and then they realise exactly how much money they're spending.
There's a point where you go, this is unsustainable.
Yeah, that's right. I have to eat at some point.
And it's okay for me because I'm used to liver pates and steamed rice, but when it comes to the family, it's like, I don't think they'll go with that. So.
Can you do me a favour, Alex, and readjust that back
to your mind
yourself.
already.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, all good.
I don't know how many were produced, mate. Williams just asked that. I couldn't tell you. I'm not even sure the company would honestly know if I asked them.
I don't know. The finance department probably has a fair idea.
Yeah, it could be. So, yeah.
Madeline says, I can't wait till BN makes their own 10-ounce silver minted bar with the logo on the front, just like on the background. That would be historical.
Yeah. It would, wouldn't
it? We'll chat to Michael afterwards.
Good fun. What else have we got up there, Rubes? Get me out of this hole.
We had someone saying hi from Gdansk in Poland, which instantly makes me think of the mint of Gdansk and some of the awesome coins that they produce. So,
Poland bats well above above its league. Like, it's just the stuff that comes out of Poland from a bullion perspective
from
and a
food
numismatic
perspective.
I mean,
from food and drink perspective.
Yeah. But we've got one there that we'll probably look at sometime during the
4 that I can see.
Yeah,
beautiful ones that I haven't seen open yet. So,
and I think they were the guys that did the UFO as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's it, really kind of pushing the envelope and the technology on some of this stuff. And obviously, Germania themselves with some of the glow-in-the-dark stuff. And it's cool to see. If there's a cool coin that's kind of pushing some of the tech, my guess is Poland.
Mint of Poland, yeah. Because I looked at them a few years ago before I even started working here, and I got some items, and beautiful numismatics, but it's mainly numismatics, isn't it?
Yeah,
because I haven't checked recently.
A lot of them are smaller mints. In fact, quite a lot of them subcontract out their production to other facilities. And when you're a smaller mint, you don't want to commit to 50,000 of these or 5,000 of these. I know when we're over in Berlin at the World Money Fair, we'll have mints over there that they'll be pushing a mintage of 25 or 30 of these things. So, yeah, but you got to say if it's a world class coin, it either comes out of Perth, it comes out of the Royal Canadians, or it comes out of Poland. Almost invariably, it's one of those three.
Wow. Yeah, now I've got to check out the website again.
It is, like Michael said, it is a very different market.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a look at some of the ones they've got up on their website, and that's it. It's a very different kind of price point, even from the Perth Mint numismatic kind of prices.
Yeah.
Aussie Gold Stacker says, what about a BN 1 ounce gold bar? Would you guys consider doing something like that down the track?
We've thought about it. The short answer is it will happen eventually.
Anthony, will my assay Perth Mint bar not in the Tampa evident packaging get 100% of spot at sale?
Yeah, assuming it XRFs correctly, we'd absolutely do that. The packaging is irrelevant to us. We don't care. We XRF it, we test the weight, and we pay out on that. It's great to have. You're speaking to a guy who came through the coin industry like he was a collector before he was a stacker. So it pains me slightly to say that we don't pay extra for beautiful presentation and things like that, but we don't. We're a bullion dealer. We don't care so long as it tests as 4 nines and it weighs the correct amount. That's what you're going to get paid.
But you also know in that way it's intrinsic value and it's high liquidity.
Yeah.
So that's the bonus of it. And that's sort of what I also, as I'm getting dangerously deeper into the numismatic black hole, I sort of try to remind myself, no, it's all still got, So I try not to go too high above, but sometimes you just see pieces that just grab you, and you can't say no. Yeah.
We had someone asking as well. Where was it? I'm trying to find where it is. This might be one for you, Alex. Potentially Michael as well. We're talking about a jump in rhodium price this week. Jumped quite a bit. And asking, would earthquake have any influence on this?
Short answer, possibly. But I didn't even know. I hadn't looked at any of the prices really, except for the main 3 metals since I came back yesterday. So I wasn't aware. I hadn't looked at rhodium for a couple of weeks.
It has kicked up, and I don't think it's due to the earthquake. I think it's just all the precious metals, all the industrial precious metals are being chased harder by industry. Things are moving along. And there's a realisation that actually these are difficult to get hold of. We can't get them at the cheap prices. They take a lot of production. It costs a lot more to mine them these days. The overhang from, COVID and just prior to that was in the market has gone now. And actually we're going to have to start paying for it again. So we're seeing platinum, palladium and rhodium all starting to push up, and silver to a degree as well. But they're all starting to push into new highs.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was disappointed with the palladium because I was hoping it'll actually drop, but it's been holding on steadily.
I'm not even about to pronounce the name of that thing. That's these things here. We'll have a look at them in a little while, but we've absolutely got the bullion ones.
Just pretend it's an I. That's it.
I don't know how to pronounce that many G's and with a D straight up.
Just Yggdrasil. As far as I know, it's just Yggdrasil.
So just before we finish up, we've actually had a few in the last 3 weeks, I think, a number of people ask about rhodium, which again is strange because we haven't had that for some time, and now again it's people asking. So it's funny how then the price goes up as well. I was wondering just if I've missed something online, like more videos or something, or other people talking about it. That I've noticed that in the last maybe 3 weeks or so. We've had a number of inquiries about rhodium.
You're trying to have a dig at me, and we need to get more rhodium in.
I didn't say that, but now that you mention it.
Metal Inquisitor was also asking if it was going to be a Bullion Now or a little coin shop thing for the Bullion Yggdrasil.
It'll be on BN. Yeah. I actually thought we'd released it on BN as well. I know we did with LCS, like these are available on a little coin shop. I don't know. Have we released the video?
No.
Oh, that'd do it. We haven't released the video yet. So we will probably, I'd suggest we'll have those available this weekend. I will even send a message to Adzi to see where we're at with them.
Please, any comment on the recent EU trade agreement? Will that have any impact on metals?
Everything has an impact on metals. Will it have a major impact? I don't believe so, because there was no levy against metals, the precious metals at that point anyway. I think it's a case of wait and see what happens with them more than anything else at this stage. Directly, no impact. Indirectly, I believe there will be an impact.
The other elephant in the room, Michael, is the tickets that we released this week. The Perth Mint tour. Sorry, I realise you're in the middle of typing there.
Oh, that's okay.
But yeah, the tickets released this week, and there's a few comments in chat of people saying just missed out, or some people saying managed to score some. It went well from a technical point of view. I was very happy there was no, their website didn't crash or malfunction, everything worked. But at the end of the day, they did go very, very quickly. I think the first lot was under a minute. I think closer to 40 seconds, and then the second lot I think was under 30 seconds.
Wow.
Didn't even have time for a bathroom break.
Well, I heard. How many were total?
35.
Yeah.
35 or 40.
I was going to say it is very limited, so that's not surprising, but there was a lot of interest in it. Yeah.
I did ask if we could do a second tour. So because this takes the morning, and then maybe do one in the afternoon. And I have to admit, Neil was incredibly polite. He chuckled a little bit and went, no. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely not having a dig at Perth Mint over this. I am amazed on probably one of the busiest days of the year for them that they welcome us in and do what they do. And I'm incredibly thankful for it. Yeah. But I was just thought... Neil is the consummate gentleman. Yeah, that's insanely... or diplomat, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, McDuncan says, any spare tickets under the table, guys? Blink and you missed them.
Look, it went exactly as we expected it to go, really quickly. There was incredibly limited numbers. I started off by apologising. I knew we were going to, frustrate people because, when you've got 35 spaces or 40 spaces, whatever it was, and you've got several hundred people wanting those spaces, it was only ever going to go one way. Yeah. So, but congratulations to everyone that managed to get a ticket. Please, I beg you, if you can't make it for any reason, let us know as soon as possible, because we do have a wait list of several people who would like to come across still. So if you can't make it, life changes. We all understand that. Don't just not show. Let us know, and we will place it to. It will go to a good home. Trust me.
There's that's it. There's the wait list worked as well. So if you did put your name down on there, I've got that list in order, and if we've got some spares, we will allocate them accordingly. Aussie Girl, when you buy the coins on release day and get the little artwork sign thing, do you know if you get one per coin?
Yes.
Did they have them for all the metals last time? I'm trying to remember if there was one for the platinum.
No, there wasn't a
I
platinum
don't think
one.
there was a platinum
Yeah.
one. It was just the gold and the
'Cause
silver.
when it was brought back, because we had to fill some orders with them, there were only the gold and silver in the 1 ounce, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, each individual ones,
That's right.
there was some.
I don't know if Perth Mint will have the chocolate bars there. I've never actually seen them there. I
haven't
see them
either.
at the expos and that.
Yeah.
But I might even drop a word and see if we can score a box.
Maybe we could be the exclusive distributor of Perth Mint
Perth Mint chocolate
bars. Yeah, that would be
I think we've hyped them up more than their products.
But, as Metal Inquisitor got one, I think you can vouch for them. So they're
Yeah,
it's
no,
really
they are good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will. I'll put a message out. I'll see. They'll just they'll laugh at me, but
They will. Yeah, well, actually, when I spoke to Perth Mint when we went to the conference in Sydney last August?
Yep.
Yeah, actually, most of the time was just conversation about the chocolate.
That's right.
I think
And all the questions I had, like most of them disappeared. I couldn't remember until I left. I'm like,
I think there might be a bit of a conspiracy going on, Michael. Braden says, I saw the chocolates there last week. I think they hide them before we get over there.
They probably do. I have been known to raid their stands before they get there
Well,
because they actually get at the conferences we go to quite often they'll have their stand delivered by a third party or whatever. So it's all just stacked up in the corner.
Yeah.
So we have been known to go past with a trolley and walk off with boxes of chocolates.
This is the thing. This is why Perth Mint have got metal detectors for bullion,
They don't have
not
chocolate
detectors.
That's right.
Yeah.
One year we took their boxes and replaced them with Bullion Now pamphlets. Didn't go down real well apparently.
And that's why they weren't there when you went last year. I just saw this from Anthony Gray. The wait list wouldn't let me register. So
You're out of my technical skills now.
Yeah,
This is a Ruben thing.
There's plenty of people on there, so the thing itself worked to some degree. I'm not sure why it's not working for you. It could potentially be the... Yeah, no, actually, I'm not sure.
Can people still put their names on the wait list?
Yes.
Yep. So the wait list is still open.
okay. Send in an email if you've tried again and it doesn't work, because we might be able to add you.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
4,000
emails there that you're going to have to wade through.
So that's Michael at...
No, it's not.
Don't.
It absolutely is
to
not.
come back to next week, so don't do it.
Ospringer had a question if you'd gotten an email about her SMSF.
Yes. Is that for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Goodness
No,
for that,
I
had no idea.
did get an email, and that was one of the ones I have to respond to, which I'll get to after the stream.
Cool.
So
And they
yes.
also say, if we buy the Lunar Horse through BN, can we at least get one-sided card, please?
Possibly. I'll have to see if I can wrestle a bundle off the Perth Mint. I did manage to grab some last year for the snake. I'll see if I can do it again for the horse.
Matt, who says, I live in Perth and never see the chocolates. They always say it's sold out. I think this is something we might have to word them up on, keeping a box aside for us.
I'm not promising anything, but I'll ask. Speaking of all things lunar, what did you think of the lunar horse?
Oh, you're teasing everyone with the fact that we can now all say we've seen the design. The silver, well, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say.
I'm not allowed to say anything other
Okay.
than basically whether you like it or not.
I like it. I don't not like it, but I actually prefer the Lunar 2 designs in both the gold and the silver. Having said that, I think the gold design I much prefer on the platinum than on the gold. Even though it looks really good on the gold,
I can see
I
it.
think it I don't know, there's a different feel about it. Look, even though I'm not just being biased because I love my platinum lunars, it's just that design for me pops out better on the darker platinum metal than it does on the gold, but they're pretty good designs.
I actually quite like the designs. In some ways, I think I like it more than Series 2, but the Series 1 horse in the gold is actually my favourite. So
Series 1. Okay, Series 1 gold horse. Yeah.
Yeah. But I actually think it's... Hey, John. I actually think it's... the design isn't public yet, but the distributor's got a copy of it this week. And I think it looks good. I think they've done a good job. I'm a little... concerned is too strong a word. I think I can say this because it's a public document. The second horse on the silver just looks a little strained.
Do you remember what I said?
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I can't say that though.
Yeah, you can't say it now.
Not
but,
now. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
like it.
because of that, I kind of like it in a sick way. But anyway, that's...
But I actually think Ruben made the comment that it's almost unicornish on the gold, and I can see what he's saying. But I actually still quite like the gold. I think they've done a good job with it.
I was thinking I sort of see where Ruben's coming from, but I was thinking it was more Shiraz horse.
Yeah.
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 But anyway, that's another thing. Look, the only initial hesitation for me was that I was expecting to see a design that would better the gold and silver lunar snake, and for me, it didn't.
Really?
I think the lunar snake in both gold / platinum and silver is still the best design of Series 3 lunars.
Yeah, it's really good.
Especially the silver, in all the silver variants.
I like it in the colour. I really like it in the colour.
Yeah.
I think they did a great job in that.
That's one that I cannot wait I couldn't wait for the 10 kilos. And when I saw the 10 kilo, it was like, I don't know if anything's going to beat that.
Did you get yourself one?
Not yet, but yeah, we've still got one left.
No, we've sold out.
Oh, we've sold out. Right. I might have to wait for a buyback along with everyone else.
Yeah, that's right. It's certainly a statement, though, having a 10-kilo coin. Actually, if people are... the other 10-kilo coin that I think is a statement is the Royal Canadian one that they produced this year. First
Let's be
time.
honest, which 10-kilo coin isn't a statement?
Oh, no, they're all statements.
Okay, well, on that note, apart from the Perth Mint Lunar and for the Canadian Maple E, are there any other? Have you seen any other 10-kilo coins?
Off the top of my head, I'm going to say
like
no.
silver coin? No, because I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't
it's not
seen
the standard run-of-the-mill production that
and
the world
based
produces.
on your descriptions and explanations of the Perth Mint and how many rooms and the time involved, for just one run of 100 coins, that still blows my mind.
Do you know how many the Canadians do of theirs?
No, but it's not. It's around about the same number. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'm not even sure it's as many as Perth produces of theirs.
Because that would be a cool comparison video to do between the 10-kilo lunar and the 10-kilo maple.
The other one the Canadians do, it's an odd size, and I can't remember what it is. We saw it in Berlin, but it's actually a 3-dimensional coin. It's quite a large one.
Oh, you mentioned,
and it's kind of layered, and it's a landscape.
Wow.
And that
what
looks
size
stunning.
Was that?
It was something like 27 ounces. It was something really odd.
That's right. No, I mean I remember you talking about it, and that just fascinated me.
Yeah, it was an odd one, but it looked really good. They'd done a really good job with it. Unfortunately, they wouldn't sell it to me because I was going to bring it back and have it as a bit of a display piece.
Yeah.
But it wasn't released yet. Apparently, was the official line.
They do 3 times more, well, almost 299.
Oh, wow. There you go. Wow. Why 299? Why wouldn't you do 300?
Because then you can have it under 300. It's even more limited than. I don't know, because some people, like top it up. I have a friend like that, so not me. This is not. This is
asking for a friend. Yeah.
Do my OCD, and I'm afraid.
Do we ever get things like 10 kilos in our buybacks?
We had 10-kilo buybacks 6 weeks ago.
A couple of months, I was going to say.
Yeah.
We had 12 of them.
I thought it was 8, but it could be 12.
Was it 10? I don't know.
We had multiple numbers of them,
which is considering. No, I think we had 10 because we had we had 10% of the whole
production
run.
Yeah, it would have been.
That was 2011 rabbits, so Series 2, 10-kilo rabbit.
Would have been the largest gathering of 10-kilo rabbits since they left Perth Mint.
Wow!
I can't believe anyone had 10 to sell them in.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a set of the 10 kilos, wouldn't it?
It would.
All right. I'm going to add that to my lotto spendings.
Irish Ruben, can you post a picture of the horse? No, not until release day, which is in a month from now. So yeah, one month to go. We should start doing a countdown somewhere.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty much. Yeah, it is
the
exactly
first. Yep.
First of September.
That's right. So it'll be funny now that I've seen it, to see all the
leaks
that go on, say, Facebook and that I'm not.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen it and it's got 6 legs.
Yeah.
It'd There is a few people saying, "Oh yeah, I've seen the silver one." So I wonder if something's gotten out somewhere, but
Could do, but it wasn't us.
was definitely not us. There was someone asking as well if we were going to do a bit of a meet and greet out the front of the Perth Mint, I guess on release day, not anything the night before. But
So what we usually do is we do something the night before in the Grosvenor, which is the pub diagonally across the road from Perth Mint. So we will gather there again, and I'm contemplating actually trying to see if we can drag a few people in onto that one. And make a bit of an event of it. Last year we did.
it was just kind of this is where we're going to be. If you wanted to see
Yeah.
us, we might actually make it a little bit more formal,
Yeah,
particularly if there is going to be a few more people this time around.
we'll see what we can do. And then on the Monday morning we gather out the front, and there's a few of us there, and then we all go in as a group normally. So absolutely we'll be there. We can, if you're driving past and you want to stop in and say good day, we'd be more than happy to have a quick yarn with you, and then head on into the Perth Mint with the rest of the crowd. But yeah, if you don't have a ticket, that's fine. You can still drop in and see us out the front, probably before 7 o'clock, shivering away in the early morning Perth coolness.
In our Bullion Now hoodies.
Yeah, that's right.
Although I don't think we decided who was actually going to be there yet.
No, we haven't. There's a couple of the BN crew that want to come across, so I'll probably sit down in the quiet over the weekend and we'll work out who's going where and doing what. So we have to leave someone behind to run the shop, apparently.
So they say. Really interesting question from Tom. It says, what was each of your original motivation into precious metals? Was there an aha moment for you?
Go, Michael. You started off. You've been...
No, you can go.
All right, well, for me, it was listening to quite a bit of Gerald Salento when he was on InfoWars doing all that special. I'm talking back like 99, 2000, like we're talking like old school. And it was always, it sort of like put it in my head and looking into precious metals, especially in terms of times of crisis and things like that. And then a few years later, so 2003, when I went to Serbia, I inherited some gold coins and some gold ducats and a few other watch and a few other bits and pieces. And that sort of like it's one thing when you listen to it on a regular basis, and it's another thing when you actually hold it in your hands. Again, that physical sensation is very different. The problem I had just for myself back then, I did not know anyone else here that was into gold or silver, let alone like platinum or anything or the other lesser known or popular precious metals. So I was looking from time to time, and I could only find at the time Royal Mint, which had a lot of circulated coins, and the Perth Mint, obviously. But then you had to have a passport, register, do this, and again trying to find out with anyone else, hey, have you done this? How is it? And it's always that. Oh, next month I'll look into it, and you never really got around. So, but that's how I got exposure to it through podcasts, and then when I went overseas and inherited some, brought it back, and then.
When did you buy your first one? Like not inherit. When did you buy your first one?
The first one I bought in 2010, I believe it was.
So it took you about 10 years to actually bite the bullet?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, because I had a bit in the gold. I didn't have any silver. It was only the sterling stuff that was laying around. But it took me a while. But then I went and did that through Perth Mint, and that sort of opened a
floodgate.
Well, not yet. It was a crack. That was a crack in the wall, and then really it happened after in 2020. I got made redundant end of 2019, just in December. And I got a payout, so now it's home. And I wanted to dedicate myself to actually, because I was terrible with I was very good at making a lot of money and just, it's like water through the hands, just slipping through. So
I think many of us can appreciate that.
So, I really spent a lot of time just researching, Mike Maloney, Catherine Austin Fitz.
Bullion Now.
Bullion Now, of course. Well, and that was when I got tried to get talked out of buying rhodium when I first walked in here, and of course, that sold me hook, line, and sinker. But it was really that time when I had put in the extra time to really educate myself, read, listen, learn, and then started actually going into the different bullion dealerships and then seeing what it was about and then talking to people and then gravitating more towards here because of all the conversation and openness, which anyone that's been in the shop can really attest to. And that was it. That was when the whole wall fell down. It was like the Berlin Wall, but it was just that was it.
Yeah. I can't actually remember for me because like I said earlier on, I came from the dark side. I was a coin collector, and some coins came in silver and some came in gold, and I bought them because of the coin, not because of the intrinsic value of them. But then you learn as you go along.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just snuck in through the back door almost, where I kind of found myself collecting the coins not just because I wanted the coin, but because of the intrinsic value behind the coin. And so there was no real aha moment for me. It was just kind of this gradual process across.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I used to collect coins and stamps as a kid. And the stamps, all like 99% of the stamps went. But I always had this, I think it was called, remember the hand wipe, the wet wipes?
Yes.
Yeah, the cylindrical. Yeah.
Yep.
I kept them all in that. And being the collector or hoarder, as I've been accused that I am, I've had that since I was a kid. So then in 2020, I just went, the coins, and then just like, it took me days going through and then finding which ones had silver in it. So the silver coins that had, and had a few, but it was only like about maybe 5% of everything. But it was great fun. And then that's when I discovered Numista. And just sitting on the web and looking at it. So, yeah.
John, big respect, mate. Anyone that can tolerate 46 degrees is doing far better than me. I don't do that. I remember being in Alice Springs at 53 out at the airport there, and the bitumen's like you could feel your feet just sticking to the bitumen as you're walking across the tarmac to the plane. It was horrendous. So.
What was that?
53 in Alice.
Yeah. I worked
because you've got altitude there as well as heat, and you could barely breathe.
If you was a country like the first time I landed in Thailand, when I went to Thailand for training, and that was not good. It was so hot and humid.
Yeah.
But I've actually worked in, I think it was 92 or 93 degrees Celsius conditions, and you had to be in 5 minutes in, 10 minutes out in a cooler. 5 minutes in, 10 minutes out.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that was insane.
Metal Inquisitor makes an interesting point there. Australian culture dictates financial advice are off limits between friends, and I would say between family as well. And certainly my parents' generation, or when I was growing up, it was very much my father particularly was slightly different. My mother wasn't. My mother was a very stereotypical British aristocracy. So you
Wouldn't
minded
have been proper.
Yes, you minded your P's and Q's around my mother, but my father was from the other end. He was a son of a coal miner, so it was completely the opposite. But Dad was very good about discussing financial advice and business with us kids. But I know amongst my mates, it just you just didn't ask, and I think a lot of that culture continues on today, which part of the reason we do this Bullion Now channel is to try and break some of that, because we should talk about it more. Yeah. We should educate ourselves and our friends and family. I'm a very big believer in it, and hopefully we've done that with our kids. Yeah. We've educated them financially, because there's a big push these days for sexual education and all that sort of stuff through the schools, but there is still no real financial education out there. And I think it's wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It wasn't taboo in my household growing up. It just wasn't, it wasn't a subject of conversation. And then all the, while I was growing up through my childhood, it was more stacking beers and Schlivowitzes than it was, any form of, non-perishable goods. So that's one thing I've definitely changed with my daughter, and even she's 10 now, but 6.5 is really when I started with her, and now, she won't say even the terms she used, I know she will just really piss some people off at school, like, oh no, that's not money, that's currency,
That's right.
That has no intrinsic value, so,
That's right.
and then learning to save in metals and always have some cash at hand, but you don't keep it in, you don't keep it all in a bank or all in cash. You have it in this, and when you want some, you swap it out. And then going through now, putting together this little program, like, you want it because you've been asking me about a year now to take that out and just to sell, to have cash sitting here. But this is how much you would have had if you sold it. That then 3 months later, this is now, and then you show them a timeline, and it's always that building. Because I wish I had that type of education.
Yeah, but in fairness, and I can see I've ignited a little bit there in the comments, but in all fairness, the teachers in the school don't know. They're not taught.
I was going to say they were subject to a similar system.
So
it's a bit of a loop.
Somewhere we've got to break this cycle. With our kids, I mean, in a lot of ways, I'm incredibly fortunate. I've got 5 kids, and right from very young, and because we were doing it with the oldest one, you kind of do it with the others and they watch what's going on, with what you're doing with the oldest one. But right, almost from birth, we made it very much with their pocket money. So our kids got what I would consider to be a ridiculous amount of pocket money. They got $10 a week, which I thought was just insane. Considering I got 20 cents a week if I worked for it. But
I thought you got $10
no.
a week.
We gave the kids $10 a week, which I thought was ridiculous because we're going back. My oldest is 26, so we're going back 25 odd years now. But with that $10, $5 had to go into permanent savings / investing. Yeah. So that was there for their old age. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it added up to 10. But $2, $1, so 10% of it had to be tithed or given away to charity. $2 of it was saved towards presents that they wanted to buy for friends or family. And then I can't remember, the other $2 was broken up into something, and they got $1 that they could spend on whatever they wanted. And even to this day, my daughter is now 21, almost 22. And she's at university, but she's just taken up another job. She's got another part-time job. She's full-time at uni. And even at that point, she said, look, Dad, this is what I'm going to be paid. So I'm going to put this much into savings and this much into tithe and this much into, saving. And I've got this small amount, which was about 10%, that I'm just like, this is for me just to blow on whatever I kind of feel like. And I thought,
that's great.
Like, she didn't mention it, but she set it up exactly as how we used to do it when she was 3.
Yeah. That's incredible, yeah. I had nothing like that. But yeah, the best I did was not swindle. Like, I was asked, like, how much do you need? Your mum's going to go work full time now. So my old man's like, I'm too busy. How much you need for food, for the work, how much you need? I'm like, oh geez, if I really push it. And this is back in like 87, 88. I'm like, maybe $1 a day I can buy and then I said, look, $5. He's like, $5? I go, yeah, but, and he goes, all right, I'll give you this now, $5 a day. I'm like,
$5 a day?
Yeah, I thought a week. And he's like, I didn't correct him. And then I still bought like 40 cents buttered rolls a day and saved $4.60 and just put it at the end of the month. I bought computer games, So I still ate really bad, but I got a bit of, so I learned to save in a different way. That's why now I say I can eat, steamed rice, but I'll pick up my month's bullion.
But all my kids now, my youngest is 15, my oldest is 26. They all, like, some of them spend money far more than I would assume they should be. But all of them have a basic understanding of savings, and all of them save money, which, I'm actually pretty happy with. I think it's pretty good.
Doing well.
GR's comment there. Michael doing school visits in future. Is it something you'd ever do under the BN banner of financial literacy?
It's a bit hard these days. I used to do an aviation course and some finance course through my kids' school, and it just became too hard with the red tape that they wrapped us up in. Where we used to take the kids. The aviation course, so we used to teach them. I'd take them for 10 weeks, teach them aviation every week. We'd do two periods, whatever that is, about an hour and a half. and I got a mate come in with his radio controlled aircraft, and we'd talk about it, and we'd make paper airplanes, one day, and we'd explain the aerodynamics, and I had a mate come in that had rockets, and we'd let those off, and then I also used to take them into the Qantas facility, and we'd take them through the simulators and all that sort of stuff. So it was all these types of things, but the system worked against us because year after year they kept putting in extra red tape of all sorts of things going in, so that we had to comply with, and it just became unworkable. So we dropped it in the end. So I'd be surprised if we ever did it through the schools as much as I'd love to, just because I think the red tape would be too steep. But interestingly enough, I've been contacted a couple of times over the last year or two. The kids, I ran it for about 3 or 4 years. The number of kids that are now either flying in the airlines or flying for the Air Force or aviation engineers, like aeronautical engineers, was absolutely amazing. And they all trace it back to this course that we used to do. So
wow,
don't underestimate
the
impact you can have on kids, even when you're having fun with them, like flying model aircraft with them or taking them through simulators or even making paper airplanes.
But think of that in terms of
finances,
Bullion education.
Mate, we could do it. You just got to get us into the school system, and it's just too hard these days. We are way off topic.
I think it's a good topic.
It's still bullion, money,
Yeah.
We're on topic.
I love the conversation that's going on in the background about the fish and chips.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I often have this
response.
I often have this conversation with my kids because I distinctly remember that we'd go down and buy 20 cents worth of chips, and that would feed like hundreds of us. Like it was heaps. If you really had a major gathering, you'd get 50 cents worth of chips, and that would include, like, you were buying so many that the chip shop would throw in a couple of potato cakes or something like that, just to thank you for spending that much money with them. Nowadays, I don't know what minimum order is, but I got a shock the other day, a long time ago, when it was minimum order was $5. It's like,
I think that's standard.
Got to be kidding me! Yeah. $5.
$5, that's cheap. Where do you go?
I'm a bush pig, mate. We're a bit slower back in the country.
Going back a conversation, but just to at least to show it, this is the 10 kilo maple from earlier. It looks quite nice there without the capsule, and also interesting to see a 10 kilo coin with reading, unlike the Perth Mint one.
That's why you need one of each, I think.
I love the Perth Mint 10 kilo. One of the things they could learn from the Canadians is the presentation of the box, because the Perth Mint box is just a plywood box.
Yeah.
The Canadian one, I couldn't tell you what wood it is, but it's a beautiful crafted wood, nicely polished and stained, the whole box and dice.
Wow. You talking like that reminds me of the old school Perth Mint Jarrah.
Yes, the Jarrah wood.
Yeah.
It's of that ilk, but it's a nice deep colour.
You guys didn't get a picture of that when you were in Berlin, did you, by any chance?
If you hold fire 2 seconds, I'll.
I do have one somewhere because I did take a photo of it, but off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
Because I've seen the coin before, but oh wow.
Yeah, the one they had in Berlin was actually, in real life, it looked a deeper
brown.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
It's still very cool.
Yeah,
MP. It's probably Maplewood.
Yeah, it could be, but it's a proper, and you can see from that picture, it's a proper presentation box. You can actually display the coin in the box. So if you want to take anything away from that Perth Mint, work on your presentation box of your 10 kilo coin.
Yes, I get that. But you know what? As a kid growing up in the 80s and watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, my favourite bit was right at the end when, they wheel it in and there's all these timber crates, boxes everywhere. So, I've always loved the 10 kilo Perth Mint coin boxes, as well as, for those that don't know, the 1,000 ounce bars from Perth Mint come in.
Don't anymore.
No, they used to come in, yeah.
Yeah. It was a mini industrial box, wasn't it?
It was great. And yeah, they don't do they anymore yet. No. So it's lost to history now.
Yeah.
Except if you're a collector, not a hoarder, a collector like myself who saved some to preserve. So yes. Yeah, but I love them. Love
them. The other thing that is releasing today that I'm not sure if we're listing or organising, but is the final release of the Untamed Landscapes from
Yes.
ABC.
The video that we were meant to shoot, but
Yes.
Ruben went sick, and then today got out of hand.
Yeah. But yeah, we can now see the series in its full. We can actually see the series in its full glory before this one released. It was the designs were fully available and everything. But yeah, we're all complete now. So we've had the crocodile, the kiwi, the thorny lizard, the kangaroo, and now the sailfish.
Which one's your favourite?
Top left.
That's the
Just upset everyone.
No, I think the crocodile for me. If I was picking one,
I was just thinking that.
I like the thorny lizard.
The thorny lizard is cool. I'd have to see the latest one in hand.
Sailfish.
Yeah. But the croc, I think the croc, because the kangaroo just reminds me a lot of the Perth Mint.
Yeah, I don't
design.
know.
It's just,
they
like
had to
with-
do a
with the
kangaroo.
rays.
There'd be outcry if they didn't
I'm not
do a
saying,
roo.
yeah, it's
and-
more
yeah.
about the rays and that in the background and the kangaroo centre like that. It just reminds me of the silver kangaroo from Perth Mint. So
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised with that. But the croc probably just being
McDuncan, it wasn't an Aussie Landscapes, it was Untamed
Untamed
Landscapes. That's how they got away with the kiwi.
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, because I did
Well,
scratch my
and-
head on that
And-
initially.
But the
And
kiwi
they were
bird doesn't
legal-
need a visa to get into Australia anyway, does it?
Well, and they were legal tender in New Zealand as well. So that's
Oh, they were New Zealand, were
yeah,
they?
$5
I
New
thought
Zealand.
Weren't they? Oh no, I thought they were Niue or one of the islands.
I have the website up here, so I am talking from a bit of a place of yeah. Each bullion coin has legal tender status and carries a face value of New Zealand $5. I think it was Tokelau, but I think they're one of the ones that's on parity. So I think in their branding they're calling it New Zealand dollars, but yeah, I think technically it might be a bit of a cheeky technicality. But one of the other things I really liked was their the blister pack option, and it would be like it was kind of an alternative. It's like if you really like this design and want something a little bit more special or as a gift, or I thought that was a cool
Yeah,
concept.
it was, and especially at the price point, because it wasn't such a big deviation, was
No,
it?
it was only
Yeah,
a couple of bucks more.
Yeah.
They actually did it. So you really had three types. You had the coin in the tube, so
Yeah.
the loose coin.
Yeah.
You had the coin in capsule, and then you had the blister pack.
Yeah.
So, look, I actually think ABC did a good job of it.
I think so too.
I wasn't. I was apprehensive when they first announced it,
Yeah.
but I actually think they did a good job. I still question. I agree with Ruben. You had to do the kangaroo, but I still question the.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. It's not about the kangaroo. It's about the design, the particular design, that to me is very reminiscent of the silver kangaroo from
Yeah,
Perth Mint. That's the only thing.
I just don't know why you. Yeah, don't know why you. Yeah, I know why they did the kangaroo. I just don't know why they did
What
the
about
kangaroo.
A wallaby.
Yeah, maybe.
It was nice to have a series that was just quick and succinct, but still gave you something to complete a series with.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit not scared or put off by the Lunar series, but you've got this big series that spans 12 years. That's a big commitment to get behind and do one. This was like, it's manageable.
Yeah, it was done in less than a year, and look at the quality of the coin was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cartoon cheapy crappy design done on the back of a Wheaties packet. It was actually all the designs were good.
Yeah.
I may not have loved the kangaroo, but it was still a good
it was
design.
it's still a good design. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, no, full marks to ABC on that one. I think they did well.
And now the OCD in me now, like, okay, because I didn't realize how many were in the series. I didn't know how long it was going to go for. So, how many is it? 6?
5.
5. That'll make a nice little framed, the
Well, I think they're doing
the actual.
I think they're doing a collector box.
Yeah,
they are.
we don't actually have them, but I think ABC are doing collector boxes on them.
Because I'm thinking the
Blister
the carded
packs.
one, the blister packs, all 5.
Yeah. I'd agree with Anthony Gray there. To be honest, the Kiwi feels the odd one out. It kind of, like the rest are all Australian. Even the sailfish, you'd argue, is Australian.
Oh,
even
you'd
though
want
it's off the
barramundi
coast.
though.
Yeah, well, I would have preferred they went that way.
Yeah, I would have done the barramundi, and instead of the thorny lizard, I would have loved the frilled neck lizard.
Oh, no, I like the thorny lizard.
The thorny lizard's great, but
Yeah, but the frilled neck lizard, you just get a 2-cent piece for.
yeah, but I'm biased, and I did. Yeah, oh yeah, that reminds me of some of the other stuff that I teased last week.
Oh, well, you got to have the token Kiwi in the group, don't you?
There was a couple of questions about upcoming products and things. The one that we're answering every week is any update on the Willy Wonka bars. And the thing that also keeps getting asked alongside it is, are we doing preference for people that have bought them in the past?
Look, until I get a firm confirmation on our allocation, I can't commit to that either way. Traditionally, that's what we would have done with these sorts of things. So the chances are we will go that way, but I'm not committing to it until I see that we get a decent allocation for it.
I heard news about them, I think, this week. Is that something we can make public?
I need way more information than that, as in the date it's released. Yeah, it's October.
Yeah, no, well, that's it. I don't know if that was the original thing, but I got told, I'm pretty sure it was this week, that got pushed back. And I'm not sure.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, whether or not it was earlier and now October is the new one, but I heard sometime recently that it's been delayed a little bit.
Delayed to October or delayed after October?
That's what I'm going to have to clarify.
Yeah, okay.
I just remember hearing that it had been delayed, so might be talking about them for a little while longer.
Yeah, look out for them in October.
There's a question here, good question here from Irish Lark. Question, Michael, Alex and Rubes, what is your target for gold-silver ratio to take advantage of the investment upside?
Look, I like this question and I don't like this question. Just because a ratio works for me doesn't mean it works for you. I often say, I've got, with the hair colour that I've got, and the mop I've got at the moment, but the hair colour that I've got, I lean more heavily into gold than I do any of the other metals. If I was 40 years younger, 30 years younger, I would favour platinum and silver a lot more than I do now. To be honest, a good ratio to me is somewhere around about 70% gold, about 20% silver, and 10%, 8 to 10% platinum, and then the other two, kind of squeeze a bit in for fun. Like I said, that would vary. You also got to remember, I break my stack up into buckets. So I have a bucket that I will never sell. Like that's effectively my kids will sell it, or my grandkids will sell it, or my great-grandkids will sell it.
You could be buried with it like a pharaoh. A bullion pharaoh, no?
Have no interest in that at all. Give me a cardboard box and I'll be happy. So, kind of that's different to what I've got that I use as emergency money. So my emergency money is mostly made up of gold, and with a little bit of silver to bring it down a bit, like to make it almost more fractional. Then I also have a bucket that I put towards collecting gold. So I've got, some of the mouldy old pieces and those, the one-offs and things like that really fascinate me. I have an allocation for that where I don't kind of actually have a ratio on that. It's really just what grabs my fancy.
Some vintage pieces I know that aren't even in the vintage poured ingots books. Yeah,
that's correct. And I've got some one-offs that, I've got a Sesame Street one that was an anniversary of Sesame Street, and I've never seen one since.
Has it got the count on it?
No, it has Big Bird on it, I think.
Well, that makes sense.
Actually, it might have a count on it. I'd have to. I haven't dug it out of the safe for many a month.
Wow. You think Michael's desk is impressive?
So I'm in the fortunate position that I've been stacking since I was about 8, and B, obviously I'm in this industry, so I come across things, like this one we talked about right back at the start. Your average person out on the street is not going to come across that sort of stuff, whereas those oddities come across our desk every few days, every week sort of thing. So, I have the advantage that I can buy them or squirrel them away quietly until I can afford them.
Yeah. Well, you can do it. Sorry, you can do that because it can be part of the unallocated. Because you always need to back it 1-to-1. So,
so the company just backs it with something that I go, I'm going to buy that in a few weeks. I've got capacity.
Not the company, your company. So that's the advantages of being the bullion deal/owner. Yeah.
Stephen says, can you please explain the process for redeeming unallocated for physical?
It's very, very simple. You either send us an email, sales@bullionnow.com.au. You give us a ring, 1300 84 84 10, and talk to the lovely Sean or the very lovely Sylvia. Or you come into our store either at Pakenham or in Melbourne here, and you say, I've got an ounce of gold in my unallocated, I've got 5 grams, I've got 2 kilos of silver, whatever it is that you've got in there, and I would like to convert that into physical. If you're on our website and you place an order for something and you go, actually, I'd like to use my unallocated to pay for this, you just write it in the notes, say, please redeem, 5 ounces of silver or whatever against this, send it through to us and we'll organise it on our end. It's designed to be really, really simple. It will get simpler with the new rollout of the system if we ever manage to get there. So we make it as simple as we possibly can. And as much as I swear and curse when it happens, you can actually redeem gold for silver or platinum for gold or whichever way around you want to do it. We keep it really simple.
We had an email in. I haven't actually gotten permission to say their name, so I'm not going to say who, but they are in chat. So if you wanted to say that was me, feel free to say hi. We had an email in from York in the UK.
Hey.
A sign out the front of a pub in York. I'll read it out there. It says, over 300 years old, the 3 tons has stood the test of time. First licensed in 1782. It was named after the 3-ton barrels, which were housed at the rear of the pub. Each ton held 216 gallons of beer. It does have a relation to bullion. Just hang on.
They're gold.
Imperial gallons or US gallons?
That I'm not sure.
It will be imperial.
In a recent renovation, builders discovered a stunning cache of gold coins hidden in one of the original old beams, the newest of which dated from the time of King Charles I.
Wow.
And in the email, they talk about that's potentially not a good spot to be hiding your bullion. Actually have to be able to withdraw it. And yeah, it was James Howard. It says that was me. And yeah, imperial gallons. But yeah, talking about how it's not necessarily a good spot to be stashing your coins. And you have to think about stuff like that where people find these caches and things. It's like at some point the knowledge of where that was died out. The secret of where, and we were talking before about not talking, like in Australian culture, not really talking about finances and investments and things like that. And we also talk about the security of not telling people and how it can be a smart idea, but there's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to tell someone in case you get hit by the proverbial bus. But it also shows the security of, you don't have to, this is not storage advice. You don't have to go and get yourself a big safe and stick it in a bank vault or anything along those sort of lines. If you find a good enough place to hide it, it'll be there for a few hundred years and no one will come across it.
That's true.
And this is evidence of that.
And to the point of, not the best place to hide, I'm just wondering, those that had better places to hide passed away and it's still there, undiscovered.
Until they only discovered it because they were renovating.
Yeah, there you go.
I know that we sold my mother's house when we moved her into the care facility, and my mother did not trust banks. And I know she buried stuff around the place in the walls. I distinctly remember climbing up into the chimney, and she had one of those big old school chimneys with an open fireplace because she'd stashed some up into a crevice inside the chimney. I know that there is stuff in that house and in that veggie garden out the back that we never found.
Wow.
We had a situation last week, wasn't it, where we had a gentleman come in with massive suitcase.
I love segues, Michael.
And he dragged it in, and some of this stuff, like it was old school numismatics, but a lot of them were silver numismatics, and. We were going through it all, and I was chatting to him as I'm organising it all.
People wanting to know where the house was.
My mother's house, yeah. But we were going through this stack, and it took me quite a while to get through it all. And some of it was mouldy and terrible. And I did say to them, where did this come from? And he said, I inherited it from my uncle. We've been cleaning out his farm. Some of this stuff's come out of the hay shed. Some of it's come out of the dairy. Some of it's come out of And he said, we know that we haven't found all of it. And we've sold the farm. So a farmer's going to, rip up the back paddock to plant, wheat or something, and he's going to come across a stack of silver coins or gold. They're going to knock down one of the sheds and there it is in the foundations and that sort of stuff.
It was great. Con and I had a great time sorting through that.
These two stayed back till about midnight sorting through it all.
After hours, off the books, but it's like, hey, listen, we'll sort it out. And it's just, I mean, you don't get, it's very uncommon, you know, like how many times we've done that. Like, it was only one other time that we had to do that, but it was on the book. That was for the hoard of European silver coins. But this was a bit different. We had to sort it out because had to get rid of some of the packaging in some cases and keep others. But I did have it here. I don't know if we got time to go through. We didn't have time last week.
I'll bring a couple. You've actually got that.
I've got
some of that set there, have you?
So there were, as Michael indicated, there were numismatic pieces. There were some that were just, I mean, I'll show you. All right. So some we had to get rid of the boxes that were damaged.
Some of them I had to burn. Like there was that much water damage and mold on them that it just wasn't safe to open the plastic.
And yeah, Con and I volunteered.
Yeah.
And we were very happy to volunteer.
Nut jobs.
But yeah, it's got a lot of these were kookaburras with privy marks on them.
I'm still amazed. Like there was an Oldsmobile one, so it was a kookaburra with an Oldsmobile privy mark. Had the whole complete set of the I think they're 1 ounce, but they might have been 2 ounce European privy mark kookaburras.
Yes. Yeah.
So you had, you know, Germany and Luxembourg and all this sort of stuff. All sorts of weird and wonderful. And all of these came in the correct boxes, although some of the boxes had just moulded away.
Yeah,
you want me to hold them or do something?
On them. They had...
so this one here is a 2 ounce cook. I'm trying to see what privy mark this one is, and I think this is the Florin privy mark. Australian Florin. Yeah, this is the Florin privy mark. So I don't know if you can hone in on that one, Rubes.
Yeah, these the problem
so
is...
See the little privy mark up. Whoop, I've just covered it up there. So it's the 1995 kookaburra in the 2 ounce, and then they've done an overstamp of, in this one, it's a Florin. What else you got here?
I've got a 1998 Shield privy mark. This comes complete.
I love these ones that use the gold privy mark on them. They look stunning.
Yeah.
But there was all sorts of oddities and rarities, and absolutely they'll be... When we get rid of them, when I finally... These guys have sorted them all out in the piles. Now I've just actually got to process them. But they'll probably go into buybacks, or we might even pull some for auctions.
Yeah.
I really don't want to break up that European set, but I think I might be too late.
No, you'll be too late. Some already went...
I think the Greek one amongst us grabbed the one from Greece.
Yeah, that's right. So that was a no-brainer.
That's right.
It's funny. Everyone wanted the apart from that one, everyone wanted the German one, or not almost everyone that saw it in here. Unfortunately, that was the worst condition one.
Yeah, it was lousy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was that one that you wanted? It was the
It's here. But the box did make it, and I thought this is the one with the gold ducat.
Yeah.
On it. I'll show you this one. Yeah. The coin is brilliant in its original capsule as well, and that's the gold ducat from the Netherlands, I believe. There we go. I think I'll hold it there. Yeah, and they're beautiful pieces. Absolutely beautiful pieces. That was that, and then he included just some...
there was some RAM commemorative $1 coins in there. Some of their annual sets. There was just all sorts of stuff. This is the sort of... It always amazes me working here. You never know what's going to walk through the door any one day. It just...
Yeah, just like 50-cent pieces, $1 coins, like just commemoratives, and again, like
these aren't silver or anything like that.
These are just copper nickel, like the Eureka $1 coin edition. There's Waltzing Matilda. There's a few others. It's just really, really interesting to see. And it's something we don't get in a bullion
we don't.
dealership. So for me, for both Con and myself, it was just it was more of an ooh. We had that ooh moment. So I wanted to pick up a couple, one for myself, one for my daughter, the proof sets, because I've never seen
The proof sets.
you know. And I'm thinking, I'm not into, you know, just circulated coins and stuff like the normal coins, the copper nickel ones. But I saw them and I'm like, this will be a beautiful display, you know, talking pieces, and then from that, hopefully leading on to other stuff. But it was just great to see, and from that we can jump to this as well. What we received. This was this morning's buyback.
A number of the boys grabbed their birth years. Like, it's all right for you guys. They didn't have kookaburras back in '72, but I mean, they had real kookaburras, not silver ones. But yeah, and then you get. This is. I don't know what to say about this one. I don't know whether it's crazy or whether it's
home done colouring. To summarise it for people that are wondering what they are.
We have to be a little bit careful about showing some of these because some of them border on being
Naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one's not too bad. So this is actually I should get this one. This is Scrooge McDuck. My family reckons I'm Scrooge McDuck. So it's actually like he's picked up this person. I don't know actually who it is. I didn't do the buyback. Has picked up these minted bars with patterns on them. Yeah, actually, I might even grab this one. I like this one.
There's two Uncle Scrooges, different ones, if you like.
Oh, there you go. But he's just hand painted them. He's dug them out and decided that he's going to paint them. And like, it hasn't devalued. Has it devalued it? It's kind of devalued it, but it really kind of hasn't. He's still got spot for it. Yep. Like he walked in, he dropped them on the counter and said, I'd like to sell these back. And we went, no worries, that's an ounce of silver. That's worth X amount. And away he went.
Here's five. This would be a bit better to display 5 troy ounces. And what someone's done there and just coloured in Santa.
Yep. And then you got Mr. and Mrs. Claus to go, Mr. and Mrs. Snowman to go with it. And like when we say there's a lot, like there's 165 and a half ounces, something like that.
Yeah, not a word from a sponsor or anything, but this is enjoy Coca-Cola. So there you go. So,
but even down to you had like went to the other extreme. This is the Ram, like the Royal Australian Mint 2024 1 ounce silver kangaroo.
And these were all from the same buyback as well.
Yeah.
And again, this is the earlier point about what I'm trying to teach my daughter. And it's holding it. You can still stack for fun, but you have something that has intrinsic value. Yeah. You can always get that it's always worth something in and of itself.
So these will be in the buybacks if you're coming into the store. I don't know if I'll scoop a handful out and throw them into buybacks on the web, but buybacks are always a lucky dip. So don't jump on the web and grab them thinking you're going to get a handful of these because you may not. It's just whatever's handy at the time is what goes out in the random buybacks. But yeah, they'll probably hit the store bucket and you can go through them. And like I said, there might be a couple there that we actually have to send for melt, but the rest of them are all good fun.
They might have to refine out some paint.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. I just heard back from Adam about the Tree of Life.
It was.
The
that's the closest you've got to pronounce.
Right.
The Yggdrasil is up on our website.
It is actually live, is it?
Yep.
On the website, yes.
As well as the sailfish.
Oh, there you go. So both of them are up. So if you'd like to see them, and that should be a natural lead-in.
Again, segues. Love them.
Masterful.
Absolutely love them.
So have you still got that focus down here? Because I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
If you like.
Did you?
So this is. I'm going to open the one. Which one did I like best, Rubes? I think it's. I think it was autumn. No, it was autumn.
Autumn looks great.
No, autumn was my favourite. You liked winter.
No.
He liked winter. Now he likes autumn.
Oh, I don't remember. They're all good. Yeah. I remember summer was I still liked it, but it was the least favourite of the 4 for me. But you've got this. When Ruben releases, when are you going to release the unboxing on this, mate? Next week. Okay, so when he releases the unboxing of this, you'll actually see a few of the things I repeat myself on. The detail. Mate, this is another one of those. Look at the detail. But you can see there, Germania Mint has produced this series. Just their packaging is always astounding. You've got this reproduction of the coin, effectively, with this beautiful tree trunk, twisted and old, like me. And, you know, the incredible colouring that they get. And that's all well and good for cardboard. And, you know, many places can do it on cardboard. But as you dig deeper into this one, so you've got the shipper, and then you open up the... I'm trying to not get the reflection, the coin inside. The detail they get on that coin. And I know that I use detail way too much, but the detail they get on this coin,
incredibly detailed.
it's unbelievable. And the shading of those colours in the tree. And the blue is great. So this is the winter one, but I'm sure it's either the autumn or the summer, and I can't remember which one it is. But the way they do the colouring on the coin. Can we zoom back in again? Oh, man, one day I'll learn how to work these lights.
Wow.
You know, like it must be the...
As you open it, each becomes my new favourite, and then it cycles through again.
But it must be
no
the
pun
summer
intended
one.
to the seasons, but yeah, they look great, and even the packaging.
Yeah, the packaging's astounding. Yeah, this is the one where you start off with that deeper green, and then as you go up, and the camera here doesn't show it. I hope Ruben's got some better B-roll of it when we do the release. But you can see this is harder than it looks. You can see the gold there. It really just graduates from that deep green to the light green through to the gold, and it's such a clever design, and the thought that's gone into it, and the fact that kind of indicates summer, where, you know, you finish spring, the new growth's done, it really starts to, you know, deepen in its colours, but you've got this goldish hint that autumn's just around the corner, and they've just so captured it in this coin. It's full marks, and it's one of those rare times, and I say this on the unboxing video, and I'm going to repeat it, and I'll never admit to this again. It's one of those times where the numismatic collector coin really, really, really like shows up the plainness of the bullion coin. I love the bullion coin. Just don't stick it next to the coloured ones, because it puts them the coloured one puts it to shame. And that's no reflection on the quality of the product. The bullion coin is an amazing product. But you stick it next to this colouring and this detail on the coloured coin, and it's just blows your socks off. So they are released. So the coloured ones you can get from littlecoinshop.com.au. They only have a few left. So if you're interested in those, grab them while you can. And the Bullion one, I believe, has just been released on the Bullion Now website. So again, grab those. The coloured one is obviously more expensive. Don't go on there expecting it to be bullion prices, because you'll be drastically disappointed. It's not a spot special or anything along those sort of lines. But I would argue it is 110% worth it, just for the wow factor that you've got to get. The only downside, I would argue, of this is that you can't buy one. You've got to buy all four.
I was just corresponding with Drogue there. I said that's the problem. Like, you buy one, you want them all. And he was saying, what was that? I like this guy. Have to have all together on display in the timber box.
Yeah.
That would look great.
Or in a little display cabinet.
Yeah.
You know, now I can't put the thing back together, and I'm not going to do it now in a hurry, because I'll just wreck something. But just beautiful. And we should... It's not that the summer one is terrible or anything along those sort of lines, but I should show the summer one as well.
The spring.
Oh, this is spring, is it?
That one is spring.
My apologies. It is spring. It's summer that I
look?
like. Oops. There we go.
Whoa. That's more on the pink side.
Yeah.
Reminds me of spring in Japan.
Yeah, it's very Japanese maple-ish.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm going to put these back together. Actually, I might even get Ruben to put them back together.
Yeah, just leave them out for now.
Do you know what?
After
I
the live
second
stream.
that. That's
That Ruben should put them back together. Yeah, I agree.
There was a.
I've got emails to respond to.
I'm a klutz. So, yeah. It's just... It doesn't mean you can't buy one, don't get me wrong. But you buy one, you're going to go, oh, but I really like, but it's got to have, I've got to get the fourth anyway.
I just read something from, Malta Convoy. Questions start at 4 p.m. I have to get back to the office soon.
Wow, it's 5 to 4.
Yeah, he spent lots of time in the bathroom, I think. He's got to get back to work. So,
Knocking on the door saying,
also-
"You're all right there, mate."
what about...
Oh yeah, we've also got. Have these? I don't think
This
these
is
are on
very
the.
quick, all right? So,
I don't think these are on the website yet, but we're going to be releasing these probably early next week. Which one are you grabbing, mate? Before I embarrass myself.
I'm saving mine till last.
Till last.
Yeah.
So these only arrived today, and we've got to get them on the web very early next week. So if you're into the platinum, this is a great way to buy platinum. It's 25 by 1 grammers, and they are PAMP, so they come with. Hang on, let me confirm this. Yeah, they come with Lady Fortuna on them. So PAMP started doing some things without Lady Fortuna, but they come in these little break-apart packs, and they look fantastic. And I have to say, they are a PAMP product, so they're a little pricier than normal, but I'd say for platinum, these are actually a bargain basement price for fractional PAMP platinum.
I've always seen these like online, and especially on Twitter, with people taking photos, and I thought, oh, they look okay. When you see them up close, they don't look okay. They look absolutely incredible.
These aren't listed yet as well.
These are
Just
not
as a-
listed
not
yet.
listed,
They will
coming
be
soon.
probably next week.
So-
and each one's serialised, which cracks me up.
And this is what they used to come in, similar to these. I'll show you. But I'm very excited to say...
You're off the screen, mate.
No, here we go. I'm very excited to say that this is not platinum. We finally have some fractional palladium. And what other form than the beautiful Lady Fortuna? So that's Lady Fortuna platinum palladium pamps in the 1 gram
With Lady Fortuna on them.
with Lady Fortuna on them. So
Yeah.
it's taken 5 years of bugging. 3 as a customer and 2 as a worker. Until we've got some extra palladium in. So I'm very happy to see these.
But even just to get fractional palladium, like I would say 3 to 5 years ago, you couldn't find it anywhere. No one really produced it. But with the new, one of the big advantages of the fact that there's renewed interest in all of the metals, gold, silver, platinum, palladium and rhodium, we're finally starting to see companies actually put creativity and design and thought into some of the things they're producing. So we're seeing some of these things like fractional palladium was almost unheard of. Now, PAMP's producing this really good quality at, if you're going to compare it to an ounce of palladium, it's expensive.
Yeah.
But if you're like,
if you don't want to buy an ounce of palladium,
like we're buying
it's a lot
fractional.
cheaper, yeah.
If you compare a gram of gold to an ounce of gold, or a gram of silver to an ounce of silver, the fractional stuff is always far more expensive. I think this is very reasonably priced when it comes. Like, you'll see it when it comes out. It's great stuff. And if you want a bit of palladium, the only problem, and I say this every single time we talk palladium, the only problem is in Australia it incurs GST. So, all right, if you're overseas, you're not going to incur the GST, but in Australia, you're going to have to pay GST on it as well.
Sorry. Anthony Gray, don't forget copper. I would love to see 1 gram copper bars too.
We can get 1 ounce. We can actually get half ounce copper. But yeah,
PAMP? No, not
no,
PAMP.
not PAMP.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see 1 gram copper
So if
for a
everyone
while.
jumps on the PAMP website, right, and just emails PAMP, you never know.
Copper plunged the other night in price.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Just as a idle fact, just because of the tariffs.
We had James Howard again message through before and say that the first Lunar series has officially now been released by Rwanda, of all places. So
I'm trying to remember who produces it, and I can't off the top of my head. But yeah,
well,
No, that's,
according to the internet. It's the Mint
that's
of
been
Rwanda,
around
but-
before. That's been around since the mid teens.
Well, this is the 2026.
It's the 2026 that would have just been released now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
They're
about.
talking about official.
No. In as far as like
The
lunar horse, as in for
The first one,
2026.
As the horse. Sorry, no,
Yeah.
I misunderstood. Yeah, that I
Although
love
this
that one.
this one's a super small fractional one. Just looking at the photo I've grabbed there, 1/12 of an ounce of silver. So they're doing some.
this makes a 1/12 of an ounce. I've never noticed that.
Apparently Rwanda.
Wow.
So
You know, there's not a mint in Rwanda, don't you?
I mean,
There's not a mint in Rwanda.
Are they minted in Germany?
They are minted. I'm sure it's in Germany, but it's certainly in Europe.
Yeah, no, in Europe I know, but yeah, I thought it was German. Like I believe it's the
Yeah, you're pushing me too hard now. I can't remember who it
the
is.
Noah's Ark from Armenia. That's done in Germany.
Yes,
as well.
that's correct.
All right, I think we may have lost someone having to go back to work. So if you want to start with,
You're going to lose me in a minute. I have to go back to work.
Well, there was a comment there from 360C first. The bank's intrusiveness with cash has spread to online transactions.
Yes.
Long history of transfers with the bank. Payment this week had to answer 7 questions
Yep.
before online transfer went through.
Hold on to your hat. It's only going to get worse from here.
Yeah.
We could talk about debanking and all sorts of things, but
we'll save it for another time.
yeah, we'll save it for another day, I think.
One from Kelly Camp. Quick one. Do you guys automatically send out the SMSF review or do we have to request it?
In 98 point something or other % of the time, we send it out automatically.
Yeah.
And in 1 point something %, we miss it and you have to remind us that we missed you. We think we've got everyone, but it's always these things with when you're relying on IT. So long as somebody has ticked or not unticked the right box, you will get it. But if something accidentally along the line has incorrectly set your account up as the wrong thing, you won't receive it, and we may not notice it until you go, excuse me,
Well,
I need my statement.
I guess the question is, should they have received it already?
Not yet.
Okay.
It doesn't usually go out until early to mid-August. We're waiting for Perth Mint to give official pricing and that sort of stuff. So we haven't. I'll actually say when we send them out, but at this stage, no, we haven't released anything yet.
But yes, no, you are right, Alex. We need to start looking at some rapid fire questions.
Somebody made a comment. We'll do this also when we're wrapping up. Bullion Now is closed tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone will know. And I'm surprised we haven't. It's the first episode, I think, where we haven't been asked about Pakenham and the renovations in Melbourne.
That's in rapid fire.
Oh, okay. So as part of the renos in Melbourne, we probably won't complete them this weekend, but 90% of it should be completed this weekend, and we've had to close for some of the work that the guys are doing. So I apologise for the inconvenience. I know we've had a few people coming from interstate that have had to come in on Friday because we're closed on Saturday. And I humbly apologise for any inconvenience that it causes, but it was necessary. So we will not be open tomorrow, Saturday, the whatever it is, the 2nd of September. We will not be open. So I apologise for that.
Stephen, yeah, Visa and MasterCard have forced Steam to remove a big bunch of games off their website because they don't like them. There was a bit of pushback across that, and I think they've now walked that back. Yeah. But yeah, it's like you said, it's starting. Hang on, there's going to be more things like that popping up as time goes on.
This is what I was saying over 10 years ago. Yeah.
Palladium, where will it be listed on our website?
I haven't got the foggiest.
I think we've got a little rhodium session.
There's an other, isn't
Palladium / rhodium tab, but
yeah.
I'm also getting a message through that those 1 gram pamps have now been listed as well. So
wow!
The guys in the back end are
they're working hard,
firing quick there.
So there you go. You can buy the Palladium 1 grammers right now. They will be. It was the Palladium you were talking about, not the Platinum.
The Platinum, the 25.
It's the 25 by ones. So the Platinums are up there. The 1 gram Rhodiums will arrive. The 1 gram.
1 gram Palladium is now also just listed.
And the 1 gram Palladiums are up there, and the 1 gram Rhodiums might be a little bit longer, mate. So hold fire.
All right.
So rapid fire questions.
Yeah,
so
I think I said 2nd of September. Tomorrow is the 2nd of August. So please don't come in tomorrow, but do come in on the 2nd of September unless it's a Sunday.
If there was a question that you asked earlier that we hadn't got to, or you were saving one for this, feel free to ask it now. Try and make sure that we hit all of them before ending the stream. Plumer says, BN Melbourne, carpet or hard flooring?
Carpet.
Any auctions? I guess happening moving forward, because we don't have one for this week, but are we going to do some auctions?
Yes.
Will you get any of the Silvertown Christmas coins and bars that they've just released?
Funnily enough, Ads and I were talking about this week. Yes, we probably will.
Yeah, we got only 1 or 2 of them last time, and I think there was quite a few designs we liked. Michael, would you allow someone to spend $500,000 with you in unallocated?
Yep, we've got several customers that are larger customers.
Will the Platinum 1 gram bars be sold individually or must buy a full set?
No, these ones you've got to buy a full set. I'm not breaking these ones up.
Did Little Coin Shop get the blue banded B coin?
I'm going to say no on that one. There is a B coin coming out from Perth Mint in August, but I don't believe it's the blue banded bee.
Speaking of blue, did you guys see the Germania runes in the blue?
Yeah,
That looks cool. I like
very
that.
pretty.
I want to get one of each now. Do you buy poured silver at spot? I usually buy off online forums, and the pour bars tend to be pretty well priced, and I don't see a point in buying them if even dealers won't pay spot for them.
So long as they're stamped correctly and they test correct, absolutely we will.
Can we bring in a 10 kilo maple?
Yes, you can.
Can we get some buyback gold listed on the website?
Yes, we can. We don't have that. There's a few gold 1 ounce buybacks, which just came through, and I have to process. So I'll do that tonight before going, so they'll hit the website.
Believe it or not, we don't hold them off the website.
Yeah.
We do list them. They do sell fairly quickly.
Pakenham update. You said no one had said it, so.
Yeah, look, Pakenham is coming along nicely. Like I said last week, there's a couple of little hiccups when we did our dry runs that we've got to sort out, but it's not far away now.
Any spot specials coming anytime soon?
Not unless I go away on holiday again, by the sounds of it.
Soon.
Update on Hobart Mint or any New Zealand Mint bullion products coming?
No update right at this second.
Was that the Scottsdale Christmas series?
There's a couple of different Christmas series we're looking at. Scottsdale is one of them.
Pamp Silver Kilo or Pamp 1 ounce Platinum? Which bar is the better value right now? Not financial advice.
Oh, that's an unfair question. I'd probably go the Platinum, if I'm completely honest.
Michael, just want you to know that your staff are amazing. Always make me feel welcome.
Thank you.
Good.
Metal Inquisitor, not a question, but just a thank you for the Yggdrasils. Who produced the blue banded bee?
Pass.
Not familiar.
Yeah, I can't remember.
No,
No, I can't remember.
2 ounce antique coloured bee looks great. Out next week, winner.
Yep.
Newbie question
That's the
from
Perth Mint
Susan. Where do we find the coloured tree coins on your website? That's over at our sister company that deals with all the collectibles and numismatics, littlecoinshop.com.au. I'll pop a link in the chat for you. How long can I keep the unallocated accounts open for?
At this stage, we don't have a limit on it that I'm aware of.
Yep. So as
That
long as
was
you
a dumb comment. I set the limits. We don't have a limit on it. Like dumb answer. I mean, not dumb question. It was a dumb answer.
Did BN Team see the silver Kate board?
The silver cake board?
Kate.
No.
I only know one Kate.
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about here.
Sorry, not yeah.
Oh, somebody asked about the pizza one as well.
Oh, yes.
I think the pizza one, it's part of the Perth Mint's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. They've done this pizza.
It's a great call.
So it's got 4 quarters and it's got each one of the turtles on each quarter, and it comes in a pizza box, and it looks fantastic. And will sell out relatively quickly, I would suggest.
Silver skateboard.
Which silver skateboard? There's been a few of them.
I know Con got one, and it's got actual movable wheels. Did you see that?
Yeah,
that was great.
There's-
But I don't know if
There's a few of them kicking around.
I got a hoverboard. It's even cooler.
nice.
Do you sell the 10 kilo maple, and how do we order it?
Unfortunately, not. Hopefully next year we will, but this year we aren't.
Will 32 ounces, 995 grams of stored bullion make it under the 1 kilo cut for postage?
No, not by the time you add all the packaging and the capsule and all that sort of stuff. So no.
What is a buyback?
A buyback is something that we have purchased off a customer. They've walked into the store and said, I don't need this ounce of gold anymore. I would like the cash for it because I'm buying a new house. And so we
Not just
buy it off
houses.
them, pay them spot. Because we've paid them spot, we haven't had to import it, like bring it in. We haven't had to pay the wholesale premiums or anything like that. We can sell them cheaper to you as well.
Will we have the Lunar Horse available online, available for pre-order or sale on launch day?
As it's certainly launch day. I'm hoping. I haven't looked at the dates, which is very terrible of me. I should have looked before I came in. I'm fairly sure Perth Mint say we can't take pre-orders until a certain point, but at that point we will absolutely start taking orders.
Any update on the Pamp Wonka bars?
October.
Yeah. I guess my comments are not appearing. They are. We can see them. We're reading them out. Sorry, we're working our way through the list. Perth Mint 5 gram bars back in stock soon.
Gold or silver?
Perth Mint 5 grams. I'm going to guess
5
gold.
grammars. So for some reason I thought you said 5 ounces.
I might have. It might have been a slip of the tongue.
No, it's me. It's getting to that time of the day. I'm hitting the wall. 5 grammars we have in stock right now. If they're not on the web, they either should be or will be shortly.
Any new gold products coming in next week?
Yes.
Will Michael be getting a haircut tomorrow when Bullion Now is closed?
No,
Please, I hope.
don't. No, I'm loving the Grizzly Adams look.
My son, my youngest, who's got flaming red hair, got a haircut yesterday. It looks really strange because he's got quite curly hair, so it was this big golly mop, and it was easy to find him on the hockey ground. He's a mad hockey player because there was this red flame running up and down the ground, so we always knew where he was. He had this headband that made it all kind of stick out like a big funnel.
Yeah.
He had it trimmed off yesterday. So hopefully, I'm completely off topic. Hopefully, I'm getting mine done tomorrow as well.
That's right. I'm keeping on the topic of hair. I've been dared to dye my hair. Will Michael do it too?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe
in November. Maybe in November.
I would take a lot of encouragement, and it would have to be for a cause.
Astro Boy SpaceX says you guys are the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Elon.
Mints, if you are listening, breakable fractional silver design like a pizza.
Well, we've got that for...
but it's not a pizza.
It's not a pizza. I agree. It would be a great design.
Yeah. But how do you break... For someone with OCD like me, I'd want an actual slice broken off without having to break in quarter. You know what I mean? Like, I want 8 slices.
Oh, you want it to come with a cutter?
Now we're talking. All right, done. A silver cutter.
Palladium 1 grams, already 10 sold. Don't miss out, Alex.
Yeah, I was just saying I'm jumping on the web as we speak. That's what makes me seeing out some questions.
Don't forget to hit up Perth Mint about their chocolate bars.
Oh, I won't forget that one. Don't stress.
Warren, thanks for another great show.
You're
Do we
welcome.
know how the lunar horse will look?
Yes.
Yes.
We do. We're not allowed to show it.
We saw it this. Well, Michael showed us this morning. It was,
We've got another month till release though, which will be over in the Perth Mint for. How do I get a signed lunar card?
Either turn up to Perth Mint and buy it on the day, or smile very sweetly at the staff here, and if I can get some out of Perth Mint, I will bring them back, and you'll be able to get them here.
That's an if.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that's not a definite.
Please do not email about that.
Yeah, and
I scored them last year.
and
We'll see.
it might be for day one purchases.
We'll
Yeah,
have
look,
to.
we'll-
Depending on
have
how
to.
many, because I know people will buy later and then ask for it,
Yeah.
and chances are we won't have them.
Perth Mint will put restrictions on me.
Yeah.
Will you do bezels for the small bars to make pendants?
Oh, we've looked into this a couple of times. Eventually we will.
The Royal Mint 20 gram Thor bar in gold.
What about it?
Are we going to get them?
I thought we already had them.
Not in gold. We got the silvers in the 1 ounce and the 10 ounce, but we haven't got the
didn't get the
gold
gold.
in
I
that
thought
series.
we were getting them.
Yeah, I've talked to Adam about that. I actually thought we were getting them.
We didn't get the Odin, so that'll be annoying for anyone that wants to then collect
might
them.
Maybe we didn't.
We
then.
might have. All right,
I'll ask Adam.
Yeah.
Adam knows all things.
Do you see silver hitting 50 USD anytime soon?
Define anytime soon. Absolutely, it'll hit 50 USD. Will it do it in the next week? I doubt it. Will it do it by the end of the year? I doubt it, but possibly.
Eventually, soonish, yes, in my opinion. I'm hoping not for a while. I've got quite a few buybacks I've got my eyes on.
Will it hit 50 in the next couple of years? I think it will. This is not financial advice.
Should we start a GoFundMe for Michael's haircut?
That would be appreciated.
Aussie Drop Bear says, thank you guys as always for a great stream.
Thank you.
I'm not going to dye it gold. If you're going to get me to dye it, it's got to be something interesting like purple.
No, it's already platinum. Why would you want to go downscale to gold? So.
What happened to Perth Mint cast bars? Are they coming back? I'm going to guess they're talking about the silver 1 kilos there.
They'll come back eventually. Supply is a little hit and miss with those. We are getting them trickling through at the moment, but again, that's why we've left the 23 Koala and the 24 Dragons at bar prices for now, because we can't get a consistent supply yet.
Our air show lost its operator. How about a Bullion Now air show run by Michael? Too much paperwork.
Just
Red tape.
I'm happy to lend a hand, but that's about as far as I'd go on that one.
Is Alex going to be working at Pakenham when open?
Yeah, he doesn't know the answer to this yet.
And that is us at the bottom. We made it.
Thank you very, very much for tuning in. Thank you for putting up with our chaos and our exuberance and our silly conversations and all the good things that we do.
Sorry, Michael. Metal Inquisitor, poll for hair colour.
Great.
Okay.
As we always say, this live stream would be nothing without you guys participating and watching. And even if you comment or don't comment, you still become very much part of it and encourage us to keep it going. So we can't thank you enough for that. Whether you're watching it live or later on down the track, it doesn't matter. We still check the comments and the feedback and the numbers that are on there. And it's fantastic that people take the time out. Thank you very much to Alex and Ruben for the time and effort they put into this. It is a big strain on us. And thank you to the BN company as a whole, because we often cause a lot of strain on everyone else, because not only does the three of us have to be removed from the system, so we can't help serve or run around or anything like that, but it's very common for us to get off live stream and for everybody to go, oh, come on, Michael, what did you say this time? Because I've made some comment that's lit the phones up or the emails up. So a big thank you to the whole team. We couldn't do it without the team. We will be not here tomorrow. As we said earlier, we are not open Saturday. The website will be open for most of Saturday. I have a suspicion it might be down for a little bit because we're doing an update to it. But for most of the day, if you do need to purchase some bullion, head over to bullionnow.com.au and we can serve you there. We will be back with the same crazy shenanigans next week and all the fun and games of the fair. We will be releasing some brand new stuff. There's some numismatic stuff coming through next week because it's release week for Perth Mint as well. So you'll see that over on the little coin shop channel as well. We will be doing a Friday live stream at 2:30 next Friday. I have no idea what day it is, and I don't like what date it is. Yeah, I know what day it'll be. Just don't know what date it'll be. And that will be the last time we're all together again for a number of weeks, because I've got to head down to Taswegia.
Which means watch out for some while Michael's away sales.
Yeah, I'm already worried. So tune in again next Friday, or tune in to one of our releases.
And thank you to all those tuning in at around midnight overseas, because I know I've been talking to quite a few, well, not quite a few, but a number of growing
insomniacs from overseas.
International viewers. So hello and thank you. Yeah.
And a big thank you to people who come up to us in the store, in the street, at different places and say, hey, I watch your live stream, or hey, I watch your YouTube channel. It really puffs us up a little bit. So we really
it's always appreciated. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do love feedback. I love it when you do this. You've got to change this. That sucks. We can take all sorts of feedback. So again, we appreciate the whole Bullion Now family.
Indeed.
That's it from me. We will see you next week.
I've got to run and get some palladium before it sells out.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.